Oh my God, you're clearly reaching the end of a cycle, my gorgeous Virgolini. At the beginning of this week, you need to understand that you're reaching the end of a cycle. This in itself is going to happen completely unexpected. Like completely unexpected. How is this end of the cycle going to happen completely unexpectedly? I will tell you what you're going to become aware of at the beginning of this week. It's going to change your life forever. What you're going to become aware of at the beginning of this week, it's going to be such a happy, amazing, fantastic news that at that moment in time you're instantly going to heal something within yourself. You're going to heal something that was affected for so long. You're going to heal something that hurt you, that hurt you like so badly, like a while back, and you don't even know how much this actually affected you, but somehow you're going to be reminded of this because you are going to be very deep, and you are going to be in this deep thinking mode at the same time where you're suddenly going to be reminded of something bad and negative you have been through, and now you can just kind of look forward to so much. You can look forward to so much. This in itself is going to open you up like never before. You're going to find yourself being so open-minded, and being open-minded when we are facing like such an important stage of our life when it comes to the brand new beginning also, it's like so important because it's that energy is primarily responsible for us going forward with our lives. When things are maybe a little bit difficult, or when we have a certain like kind of doubts about what we are doing, this can kind of slow us down. It can mess things up for us like drastically. You see what I mean? So this in itself, it's really going to motivate you. It's going to inspire you because this end of the cycle, it's going to happen at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini. When you become aware of this victory, this good news, this absolutely mind-blowing accomplishment, this recognition, this is about to put you back right on track. This is going to be one of the biggest comebacks of your lives. Everything is going to start making sense. The things that hurt you in the past, you're going to feel proud of them. Not because maybe you've done things that you're not proud of, for example, but you're going to be proud of yourself because you're going to be reminded of the certain specific decisions that you went for when maybe other people or certain people in your life didn't agree with. Everything is going to start making sense here, because if you didn't choose your own paths within the last year or so, for example, none of this would ever actually happen. So this in itself is so important. Not only this is going to be the end of a cycle, where there is the end of the cycle, there is also the beginning of a brand new cycle. So this good news and message is going to be about a huge accomplishment, a victory, a recognition. You're going to feel so optimistic. You're going to feel so proud of yourself. This is going to elevate you. Like you're going to feel elevated like never before. You're going to be like, oh my God. You're going to realize how much there is for you to do, and at the same time you're going to realize all these options and all these opportunities. I mean, this is brilliant because it's also going to put you in a mode where you're going to be blending the ideas that you had from before, and blending new ideas right now, and it's all about you finally feeling in control, and as well knowing that there are going to need to be certain aspects where you're going to be patient. Now that would normally put you off, but now this balance is going to help you to see things in a completely different light. Indeed, you're going to be having so many options now. This is absolutely brilliant, and every single option, it's going to be making sense. This is fantastic because for the first time after absolute ages, you're going to be able to do what you wanted to do, but also to move towards the directions that you wanted to move towards. This is about to broaden your horizons, and once they're broadened, you're going to become aware of so much ahead that you didn't know that you felt any connection to before, because there is also going to be this element where, you know, you're going to feel such a strong need to learn something very specific, to find out more about something very, very specific, to explore something very specific that is gonna like kind of like you're gonna come across at the beginning of this week. And this learning experience and exploration is just so important, because it's gonna bring you to the moment in time where in as little as 11 days after this moment in time, there is gonna be a remarkable option for you that you wouldn't even normally notice. And all this is going to be direct result of you following your spirit and doing exactly what your soul is guiding you to do. Please do not ignore the power of synchronicity, because the synchronicity, it's my God, so much synchronicity this week. It's going to be guiding you towards someone really specific, towards someone very specific in your life. So much synchronicity is going to be guiding you towards someone very specific in your life. Somebody unusual, somebody different, somebody bizarre, somebody strange, somebody spiritual, but somebody who you love so much as well. Somebody whom you have a very, very special and very unique and very powerful relationship with. So much synchronicity is going to lead you towards this person, and that person, you know, this person is always going to be highlighted throughout the synchronicity. You need to get in touch with that person. You need to send a message to that person. You need to speak to that person, because that person is going to tell you something that you really need to know. That person is going to give you invaluable information. That person is going to give you such a powerful information, and you will see what exactly is missing in your life. Indeed, my gorgeous Virgolini, through that particular person, it's like, oh my God. So this special person in your life is not special person in your life for a reason, like without a reason. This could even be someone who you haven't seen in 20 years, for example, but that person is still so special in your life. Maybe it's someone who you haven't spoken to in 20 years, but that person is still so special in your life. I'm talking about someone really special that you're going to be guided towards with the power of synchronicity, and that particular person is holding invaluable information for you. As soon as you get in touch with that person is going to make you aware of something that you need to know. Look at this. When it comes to you being guided through synchronicities, do you see what I mean? You look at something and you're reminded of that person. And this is so important when it comes to your life, because look at this. It's going to bring even more healing, okay? And at the same time, you will know how to manifest something very, very specific through that person. You will know how to manifest something that almost seemed like impossible. No, baby, no. This is the time when impossible is about to become possible. You're about to change the game, baby, and I love it. Just remember, I said this is your comeback, and that's exactly what it's actually going to be. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, you know, this is in itself really gonna kind of like, as soon as you become aware of this like kind of really fantastic news and realization at the beginning of this week, it's gonna be highly powerful and victorious moment in your life. You're about to stand up on your 2 feet again. I'm not saying that you weren't able to do that before. Maybe you weren't, you know, but I'm just saying that basically you are gonna be able to really ground yourself and recenter yourself at the same time, which is gonna leave you in such a mode where you are gonna be you are gonna really need to be honest with yourself after this moment in time. You really gonna need to be honest with yourself, because you are gonna go in a little hermit mode. But the hermit mode is your mode. This is when you're really powerful. This is your tarot card, you know. This is your mode, and this is the time when you're really powerful, because your subconscious mind is superb. Your subconscious mind is amazing. So when you go into this hermit mode, you know, you touch the places, you touch the energy, you touch the vibration, you touch the dimension that other signs don't touch as easy, okay? And lots of people don't understand this. When you're in hermit mode and you feel like you want to be by yourself for a day or so, that's actually really, really good, because that hermit mode, you're going to realize you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself what is going to come to you, that you are making yourself to be in a self-imposed prison. And I'm not having a go at you, but I want you to understand this. You need to understand this, because this hermit mode, it's going to make you realize, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, you need to be honest with yourself here. And you need to understand that you are the one who is putting yourself in this self-imposed prison when it comes to some kind of potential in your life. And this is something that you are going to realize, and you are going to become aware of this, and that is going to really clear the way for you. So now, after this moment in time, you're going to be able to pay attention to properly to this potential that you have. This life is way too short to kind of just dream about things and to think about things without doing anything about, without doing things about it, without doing anything about it. So this is why this is so important, And then you're going to become aware of this, like kind of, okay, this is brilliant self-imposed prison. You are going to come out of it, and you're going to naturally start drifting towards this, like a potential, towards this potential, this life, this fantastic stage of your life, it's actually bringing you. This stage, fantastic stage of your life, this stage is bringing, So this in itself is actually going to give you just like a little bit of headache, it's going to give you just like a little bit of headache, because you are going to have this idea how to kind of like a go forward with this potential that you became aware of. But this brilliant idea that you're going to have, it's going to give you a little bit of headache, and you must not let that put you off, because the only reason why you're going to have a little bit of headache when you have this idea, it's only because you that idea, it's going to need just like a little bit of time. It's going to take like about 1 month. It's going to take like about 1 month, until only 1 month, it's nothing, until you kind of realize exactly what do you need to do and how do you need to do this. Because 1 month, it's going to be enough for you to overcome one specific problem, one specific obstacle, which is going to make you aware of the fact that everything is actually going to work out for you perfectly. And within the next months, it's so important for you to communicate clearly, okay, and to remain objective at the same time, because this, it's gonna, as soon as you become aware of this idea, as I said, which is going to need a little bit of time, like about 1 month for you to work on, because it's going to really evolve to be into something completely different, but you need to be patient here. This is ever so important. This is going to give you enough time to kind of, this is going to lead towards you, my gorgeous Virgolini, like kind of having an awakening where you're going to see things in a completely different light. And this is going to allow you to embrace your uniqueness, and at the same time, you are gonna become aware of, within the next months, so it's not about this week, but within the next months, you're gonna be so enthusiastic and optimistic, creative, and even impatient, because you're gonna become aware of this exciting opportunities. And this is gonna allow you to take this onto the next level of your spiritual journey, and it's gonna allow you to do things that you're passionate about, so important. And it's also, when it comes to this week, anything that you start this week, try to finish. Even if you don't like it, even if you don't want it, just try to finish what you start this week. So important. By the time you come to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, what I was going to say here, it's like, sorry. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are really going to realize that you have to accept one certain responsibility. You need to accept some kind of responsibility here that you don't want to accept. But the more you prolong this, the more difficult things are going to be, and the more rebellious with yourself you're going to be. And that's a big no-no. So there is some kind of responsibility that you are going to need to accept. But at the same time, you must not worry about it. Because the more you ignore this responsibility, the more this is going to become a heavier burden, and it's going to catch up with you in 10 years, in 20 years. It doesn't matter. It is just something that you need to deal with. There is a certain responsibility you're going to need to accept at around the midweek. And as soon as you realize what this is, you will see it's going to take you towards the completely different dimension. You thought it's going to take you over there, but it's actually going to take you over there. So all you need to do is just accepting responsibility that you need to accept, and couple of days later, only a couple of days later, you are going to have this amazing idea how to speed something up, this amazing idea how to speed something up, but also at the same time how to make the whole quality of your life so much better. You're going to realize how far you have come, and you will be able to reflect and to be grateful for your blessings. When you're grateful for your blessings, at the same time you're sending a signal to your spirit and to your soul that you are really happy with this through your own particular balance, which is on another hand allowing you to reflect on things ahead of you in a different way. So it's so much like kind of a lightened up for you. So this is why the light at the end of the tunnel appear, because it's all here, my gorgeous Virgolini. Okay, it all comes from here to start with, and it just goes towards the different dimensions. But first of all, you need to kind of like really pay attention to clarity and things that make sense to you or don't make sense to you, and the same with responsibilities. If something is your responsibility, no one else can do this for you. So this is going to get back to you karmically in the best possible way indeed. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, what else I was going to say, there is, what else I was going to say, that, you are gonna realize also through somebody special in your life, somebody who's very close to you, you're gonna get closer to someone in your life already. Maybe there was a problem in between you two, maybe you were fighting, maybe you were arguing, but there is a one specific person who you're gonna realize that you like got closer with, and you're gonna feel so proud of this. You're gonna feel so happy, and at the same time, as soon as you realize this, who you kind of became closer to, and this is somebody who was in your life, that particular person is also going to inspire you, to actually move on with your life. And because this person is going to inspire you to move on with your life, at the same time, you're gonna realize, that the things are kind of like a looking up for you, and this is going to bring you the really welcome relief at this moment in time, because it's going to help you to find your way to a really peaceful place in life. And this is absolutely brilliant, because it means that this is the end of maybe some kind of like a depression or some kind of stage that caused so much sadness and darkness and negativity, but you didn't even realize how much all this was actually affecting you, because you're breaking through from so many things now at the moment. This is also going to help you to get in touch with your old energy, where things were so much better, so much lighter, and so much happier, and so much more simple. This is all ultimately, my gorgeous Virgolini, going to lead towards a 9 of coins. Look at this. Towards like a really brilliant accomplishment, but also at the same time towards a very, very solid foundation when it comes to your personal security, but also when it comes to like a really, really great achievement. This is fantastic. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, what I was going to say, this is brilliant, because by the time you get to the actual last part of this week, you're gonna feel so passionate, you're gonna feel so confident, you're gonna feel so optimistic, you're gonna even feel restless, because you're gonna become aware of the certain things that are gonna require, that are gonna need like immediate action. And now when you become aware of these things, what you need to remember is to trust your instinct, because by trusting your instincts, you stay focused, and that in itself, everything what's happening right now is because you were trusting your instinct. So this is what you need to remember. At the end of the week, you're going to be so passionate and so confident and so optimistic and so happy and so restless, because you are going to become aware of these events which are going to require immediate action. Now your life is going to start becoming so much more meaningful and so much more colorful and so much better in so many different ways, because as I said, this is gonna really pretty much so gonna make you aware of how special you are, how different you are, but you're also gonna be reminded of something very, very unique about yourself, something very specific about yourself. This in itself is your power, but also you're going to be reminded of something really specific that you've learned and found out within the last few months. Some kind of realization that just made you feel so excited and so happy. You couldn't wait to do this, and then poof, it was gone. You forgot about it. There was a special reason for it. You needed to go through a certain experience in order to be brought to this moment in time. So this idea that you had within the last few months is going to be highlighted, and now it's like that particular idea, it's going to make you aware of like what exactly is missing in your life. And this is when you're going to be able to kind of understand how everything is connected in the most mysterious but the most beautiful way as well. Absolutely fantastic. You know, that idea in itself, it's going to make you're going to be reminded of this, and you're going to realize, oh my God, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. This is exactly what I'm missing in my life. This is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. And you know, it's like this is fantastic, you know, in so many different ways, because, you know, at the same time, I do have to say to you that by the end of this week, you are gonna have a mind-blowing mind-blowing reason to actually celebrate, mind-blowing reason to celebrate. And I'm so happy, because this in itself is direct result of you being very smart, you being very, very clever, but at the same time, this is going to kind of you're gonna feel so happy, because you will want to celebrate, because you are gonna be able to start some kind of a plan. You're gonna be able to start planning something. Look at this, my gorgeous Virgolini. Look at this. See? You're gonna be so happy. You see this? You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be so excited, because, you know, it's a lot to do with more good news, more fantastic news, but it's more about you being able to kind of like start something, you know, that you wanted to start in such a long time. I really like this. This will mean to you so much. Your whole life is gonna change after this moment in time. The reason why you're gonna feel like you wanna celebrate is because you will be able to start with this plan that you've been waiting for so long. This has been on your mind for so long. This means to you so much. This is deeply engraved within yourself, within your soul, within your spirit. This is pretty much so a lot to do with you making one of the biggest changes of your life. And by the end of September 2023, yes, I'm talking about September, by the end of September 2023, your life is going to be completely different because of this celebration and because of this plan that you're able to do now, that you're able to focus on. It's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.